What's up guys, Nate and Sutton back with another video. Today we are talking about the secret that happy couples know, because we are so happy. Today we are going to the lake. We just drove here to Lake Lanier. This is Oakland's first day at the lake, so we'll see how he likes it. A quick little tip that's really cool that we have found useful with sleeping babies is that if you train them to sleep in darkness with white noise, you can pretty much get them to sleep anyway. So we have this little setup in the back of our car where he sleeps in his...
You use this car seat cover and then a little portable sound machine. I can't get it. It plays a white noise, and that is like a hypnosis to him. You turn that noise on and he is out.
It's a beautiful day here in Georgia, and we're going out on the boat with some family. Something that I was thinking about before we left the house that I want to get our viewers' opinion on. So Oakland's kind of getting in the stage where he starts crying because I think he knows when he cries someone will come pick him up. So how do you find that balance of picking him up and showing him attention when he's crying, but also not catering and rewarding that behavior? One of my biggest pet peeves is rewarding bad behavior. So when he gets older we can talk to him, but how in the meantime, how do we...
In the meantime, he cries and I go get him.
So what do we do? We're about to do a little photo shoot with Oakland and some grapefruits in the sink. Let's hope he cooperates. Look over your shoulder and just smile, please. Kissy face right there. Smile, cheese. Give me a little drool. A little drool would be nice.
I told you I feel I'm sick and you're trying to kiss me, you're gonna get sick.
Ooh, we're just getting over a virus, so excuse us. Just as a little disclaimer, you know, me and Sutton, we're a happy couple, right? But things are not always rainbows and butterflies. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like we never get in arguments. We're young, you know. Some people might think it's funny that we're making a video of the secret that happy couples know when we're a young couple, but you know, I think that's why God has granted us with wisdom and knowledge from the word of truth. And so I think we can have the knowledge and wisdom of like a 90-year-old. Maybe not quite.
90-year-old souls.
Yeah, yeah, we're pretty old souls. So here's the deal. Most men think of relationships like women think of cars. They don't want to talk about it. They just want it to work. And they really only feel like they need to talk about it if it's like broken down on the side of the road. But the truth of the matter is, yes, we need to talk about it, because that's how we get to the nitty-gritty of the situation. That's how we're going to figure out how to make this thing work.
So when it comes to relationships, we all have this invisible box of hopes, dreams, and desires of the expectations that we have going into the relationship. Like how big of a house you're going to have, how much money you're going to make, how many chores your husband's going to do,
how many kids we want,
how much he's going to cook for you.
Oh, yeah.
What were some of yours?
Some things I probably wanted was a beautiful wife, one that wanted to work out and be healthy with me, one that was going to bear me 4 beautiful children, have a good dog.
Basically, you're living your dream.
Yeah, I'm living the dream life. So one of the things that affects or impacts our invisible box of hopes, dreams, and desires is what we've seen and heard growing up in culture or in our families. And really what affects it the most is what we've seen in our own household growing up through our parents' relationship or maybe our friends' parents' relationship. And it's either these relationships that we see that affect our invisible box of these hopes, dreams, and desires. is usually one that we want to model after, or that we're trying to recreate, or one that we're trying to learn from their mistakes and say, hey, I don't want anything like that relationship. So you may look at your parents and think, oh, I don't want to be anything like them, or you may look at your parents and think like, oh yeah, that's a good relationship.
The problem arises when we take our little box of hopes, dreams, and desires and hand them off to someone else and be like, do these and make these come true for me. And to them, it feels like a box of expectations and just like a weight on them of things that they have to do to make you happy.
Do you feel like I handed you my box?
No.
That's where the problem arises. We're not saying there's any issue with having this box of hopes, dreams, and desires, but the problem is when you hand it off to someone else and you expect them to make all of those come true. And one of the few things usually happens when you do that. Number one, sometimes the person just leaves, like, hey, Sutton, you're putting way too much on me right now. Like, you think I can do all of that? I'm gonna have to get out of here.
Another thing that happens in this situation is that there is probably going to be a dominating personality in the relationship, and whoever that is either going to convince or convict the other person.
Yeah, so like when me and Sutton met, she just walked all over me, man.
Whatever.
Just kidding. She's this little sweetie pie chicken pie. Another thing that happens a lot of the time is someone conforms. So basically they're like, well, I am just gonna put off what I want to make her happy because she's dominating here, and I don't know if I can put up with the alternative of her not being happy. So I'm just gonna take a step back and be like, whoa, all right, here you go. I'll do what you want. And a lot of times this does work for a little while, but ultimately you're gonna lose respect for your partner, and your partner is gonna lose respect for you.
And lastly, what you usually see is compromise. That's what most people do and what most people consider to be a successful marriage, or like that's the goal. But really, it's not the goal.
Yeah, compromising, it's like you're not happy, but you're not unhappy. You just kind of get along and you make it work. And that's what we see in most successful marriages, and a lot of people think that's the goal, is to compromise. The one other issue with compromising is that it's kind of contractual, and there's a lot of scorekeeping going on. Like, I'm not gonna thank you if you do what you're supposed to do, but I'm gonna
call you out when you don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, speaking of that, I want to touch on that a little bit before we get into the secret, the gratitude. The gratitude attitude.
Attitude of gratitude.
I have an attitude of gratitude. I'm not saying that we don't have our roles and our responsibilities. You know, like Sutton, she's supposed to clean the entire house. She's supposed to take care. She's supposed to do Oakland's chores. No, I'm just joking. When she does these things, it can be very easy to overlook them and be like, you know, she just did what she was supposed to do. I'm not going to thank her for that. But something that we've tried to make an effort in is thanking each other for things that are expected.
Especially when we're with each other all the time. We see each other do the same chores every single week. Mm-hmm. It's an effort to say thank you, but it's always nice. You just did that to me. What did you thank me for yesterday? Oh, washing the sheets. I washed the sheets on our bed. And before he got in the bed, he's like, thanks for washing the sheets, even though I always wash the sheets.
Yeah, so the question that I want to ask you and for you to ponder is, how much gratitude do we express to someone when they just do what they're supposed to do? Not very much gratitude. The whole trick with relationships is to not have that expectation of, oh, you're supposed to do this, and it's like contractual and scorekeeping, you're doing all that stuff. That's what comes with the compromise option of a relationship. But more so, it's important to really always express gratitude for the little things. We have these box of hopes, dreams, and desires. I mean, we have them, right?
Everyone's got them, I think.
Yeah, we're not trying to deny that we have them. So we're not saying that there's necessarily anything wrong with having that box. But what do we do? How do we prevent from me taking my box and just throwing it in her lap and it, you know, crushing her little body? How do we prevent that from happening? Well, there is a better option, and it is the option.
And it is the secret.
The secret to a happy marriage.
Here it comes.
Coming at you right now. The answer is
mutual submission.
Oh, God.
How do you word it again?
Submission.
Competition.
Submission competition. That is the secret. What is submission competition?
We might have to say it again because my finger was like this, and you're going to put you in there. It's going to look weird.
All right, submission competition. That is the secret that happy couples know. Sutton, tell us what it is.
It's pretty much what it sounds like it is. So the goal is to basically outdo each other in showing honor and basically doing like favors for each other. Thanking each other when, things get done that need to be done and being nice.
And it's a race to the back of the line.
Yeah.
A race to the back of the line. It's putting her before me. It's giving her the good piece of salmon. It's giving her the undercooked cookie. It's giving her... What else is it?
The last sip of Dr. Pepper.
The last sip of Dr. Pepper. It's giving her the crust on my pizza.
Oh, you never do that?
No, I don't do that. I don't even do that one. But really, guys, that's what it is. It's a competition to showing honor to the other person. And I love the verse from Romans 12:10. I think that's what it is. Yes. Outdo one another in showing honor.
Happy couples understand the fact that they owe the other person everything, but they are not owed anything in return.
Redo. You're just shaking.
I thought you were saying retweet.
No.
We don't even have Twitter. Happy couples understand the fact that they owe each other everything, but are owed nothing in return.
Yeah, Jesus tells us that we are to love one another as he has loved us. He was the perfect example of submission competition. God in heaven coming down to earth, humbled himself as a man, put himself through 33 years of life, crucified on a cross for us that we don't even deserve. That's the ultimate example of showing honor, of putting us first.
So we're going to leave you with 2 questions to ponder. 1 is, what's in your box? And 2 is...
have you handed it off to someone else? Who's carrying around your box of hopes, dreams, and desires, and are they feeling burdened and weighted by that? All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was super helpful for you. If you enjoyed it and got some value out of it, please hit the subscribe button below. We got a lot of really cool videos coming out. If you missed it, this last Thursday, we posted a video on our trip to the Bible store and Jesus healing Sutton, literally healing her. So if you have not seen that video, definitely check it out. Be sure to turn on the notifications so you get notified every time that we put out a video, and let us know what your thoughts are on this topic if you think there's other secrets that happy couples know. And
we'd like to know some secrets.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is Nate and Sutton sowing seeds of truth, love, and inspiration, one view at a time.
And that was a secret happy couples know.
Boom! Just got to put a little disclaimer out there for all the people that catch us in all of our mistakes. So project your voice a little bit. Wow.
This